It was impossibly large. Hundreds of sightings. Squatch, 4 investigators, Britain scent obtainer, math teacher, local dare officer, Squatch denier. On this episode of Finding Bigfoot. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Because, if so, you probably are on cocaine or weed or something, let's be honest. And, yeah, you are amongst a community of insane people such as Matt Moneymaker, who is the lead of Finding Bigfoot, the famous show that ended in 2018 for some reason. It was so realistic and so amazing, especially the times when they would hit trees and scream. It was great. So, yeah, let's find out about Matt Moneymaker's very first instance with finding a Bigfoot. Oh, the classic intro of the Squatch.
I'm excited to take the team to the location where I had my
He's the BFRO founder. I think it's the Bigfoot Field Researchers.
Encounter with a Sasquatch that led to the creation of the BFRO, and so much
Yeah.
that's happened in Bigfoot research
All
since
right.
then.
Bigfoot Research. Alright, guys. Today I'm founding my organization. It's called MZRO, Mark Zuckerberg Research Organization, and we are going to prove once and for all that Mark Zuckerberg is actually a lizard and part of, not the Illuminati, but instead a part of a community of, memers who run the meme community. They own the meme economy, basically.
Wow, the trees are so much bigger, but it's the same tank. That's the tank that was there, and here I was, laying down, tried to hide behind the berm because I figured.
Well, okay, I don't know how well you're gonna be able to hide yourself, Matt. I don't want to shame any. Also, Cliff here, dang, looking right like a Squatch.
Walk out of there, come through there, and walk past here, but it comes through the trees and it comes out.
Bro, it comes in the trees. That's how Bigfoots procreate.
Here, and it just walks out through this curtain of leaves and just stands right there and starts growling.
It goes,
I know that we've all.
ooh, the bears don't growl. Bears don't live in the woods. That's a fact.
Witnesses, and one of them was named Brian Jones.
Brian Jones. Let's see what Brian Jones has to offer.
Brian had gotten out here just after dark. I sent Brian off to perch in a position about 100 feet away from.
I sent Brian off over here because I thought the Bigfoot was gonna come out there, so I could get some great pictures of a Bigfoot murdering a human. But instead, he came out right in front of me.
Could have a different view down a different stretch of the road.
Bro, he's holding his flashlight up here. He's so tactical. He's like, squatching 101. Jackie Chan.
Then at about 2:30 a.m., Brian.
You stayed up until 2:30 a.m.? My guy, get a frickin' life. I mean, I know you're rich because of a fake ape, man, but come on, Matt.
Says he's hearing voices and footsteps coming down the gravel path.
And then all of a sudden, a man appeared, and he said, "What the hell are you doing on my property?"
And that's when I hear big footsteps coming just inside the tree line to my right.
Look at Matt. He looks like a high school bully.
This big, tall, dark, hairy thing steps out from the brush and starts growling.
Bears don't growl. Bro, he surrendered. He surrendered. I'm sorry. I surrender, Sasquatch. I know you speak English. I surrender. For the love of God, do not come inside of me. Siri just picked up on that. Siri picked up on, hey, surrender, for the love of God, do not come inside of me.
Okay, we're leaving. And I'm like,
I was like, oh my gosh, why did I invade the person's property?
my God, because I had waited years to have that kind of an encounter, and
I had waited years for something to come out of the woods and growl at me.
had it, and I'm just like, I don't care what any other doubters say after that. They don't know.
Yeah, I remember when I had my setting. I didn't sleep hardly for 3 days. Just I was so jazzed. Being here with
Bro, I was jazzed. Bro, I was jazzed from seeing that Squatch come out and growl at me. You see, that was great because the reason I was jazzed. I mean, I don't know how much the cocaine I was doing the night before helped, but yeah, jazz because I saw a real Sasquatch, not a bear.
When I had my
Keep it
first,
squatchy.
you know, full-on visual encounter where you knew without a shadow of a doubt they were real.
How does he just like keep so perfectly? He keeps like so perfectly still and still manages to talk. Also, my guy is iced out with a Squatch. He's got the Keep It Squatchy merch. That's gotta be like supreme levels of expensive right there. He's iced out with the Squatch.
And it never mattered again the rest of your life what anyone thought of you, said, joked, whatever. You know they're real, you know you're right, and it just can obsess you, make you consume with filming them, proving they're real, showing the world.
Then why don't? Then if they're real and you've had multiple encounters, why haven't you taken a picture of one?
Have you ever put somebody like Bobo in the spot to gauge what you saw?
No, I didn't.
Well, this is gonna be quite the honor doing Buddy Baker's recreation.
Yeah, you got to go right back in here.
I want you to go right back in these woods that are known for having bears in them, and this will be real sick for my YouTube channel. My long-haired my friend wearing an iced out Squatch gets mauled by a grizzly bear while the rest of us film.
Location. He, like other witnesses, showed visible emotion. I mean, look at
That
it.
yeah, visible emotion. You gotta show visible emotion.
He's elevating. He's extremely animating.
He looks like he's high.
Profusely. This guy is clearly showing us some raw emotion at this point.
Raw emotion, bro. Raw emotion. Raw emotion. This is some raw emotion right here, isn't it? Squatchy.
Wow.
Bro.
Put your hand up, man. It was
I remember
higher than that,
vividly.
higher than that, even higher than that, maybe another.
Like higher than that, like all the way up here. Thing was straight up as tall as an airplane.
Inches up. That's about where it was, and it was just so much bigger than you.
So it was well over 8 foot, then 6
He
inches
is
over, I
fat
think.
shaming. He is straight up fat shaming Sasquatch, and I am not okay with that.
It was closer because it was so big, but it was right there. That's where the edge was.
Yeah,
Again,
because foliage does not grow. Therefore, it was back there. I wasn't at all closer because grass stays the same for years. Nothing changes. This is definitely the same location. I'm not high now. I wasn't high then.
curtain of growth right there. So it walked out just enough so that I could see its whole body. I thought it was maybe only about that tall, but it was much bigger than that.
It was big.
8.5+ feet, it looks like. It had easy. One of the things that we learned about
Agreed,
the
I wasn't
Sasquatch
there, but
Matt
I
saw,
know.
that Matt didn't even know himself, was the size of this thing. He'd always described it as about 7.5 feet tall. But what he realized is that it was bigger than that. It was just a little further away than he thought.
The facts, bro. It was bigger and farther away. It's a Squatch. Everyone knows that.
I think this is a viable spot for a night investigation 20 years later.
Oh yeah, there was so many sightings along that creek and then down at Berlin Lake. There's
Berlin
squatches
Lake.
all
Whoa,
through
Berlin. Sasquatch Hitler confirmed.
this area. I'll say in the woods, I'm back.
And this time it's personal.
I'm back. I surrender. So now, I will conduct my own Sasquatch investigation to prove once and for all that I am superior to Matt Moneymaker. Alright guys, so today, insane Bigfoot hunting video. We are gonna find that stupid Squatch, without question. I'm gonna be going back to the very first place that I saw Squatch when I was exactly 4 years of age and also high on crack. But we're gonna do it anyways. Alright, so we're here. We're gonna be hunting a Squatch inside because that's where we hunt Squatches, because we don't go outside because it's cold. This thing up to my ear, I can see I'm hunting. You can see I'm hunting in the woods right now for a Squatch. Bro, what is that thing? Is that thing a Squatch or is that oh, that's a shoe. Never mind. There's a Squatch right there. Right there, there's a Squatch. You see that? It's a Squatch. That's a Squatch. No, that's a pillow. Alright guys, we couldn't find a Squatch today, but I'm still gonna believe in one. And anyways, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna surrender to one anyways. I surrender. Oh, Bigfoot. He surrendered. I'm sorry. I surrender, Sasquatch. I know you speak English. I surrender. For the love of God, do not come inside of me.
Listen, God!